Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. Now we're going to look at a new country. We did the United States, we did the United Kingdom, and now we're going to look at Brazil because something kind of big happened in Brazil. Yesterday was a presidential election, after all, um, and it says that Lula, leader of the PT, has and former president, won the election, beating President Jair Bolsonaro. Um, as of right now, Jair Bolsonaro remains very silent after his defeat. And we don't know if he's going to concede or not. Either way, it says it looked like it updated now. Lula has won the election. So we have this presidential election results of Brazil, and it appears to seem very weirdly that Brazil is now shifting to the left now. We got to realize Brazil has a history of conservatism. We realize when Brazil became an independent, it was first an empire. From then, after it became an empire, it went through the dictatorship of Vargas, the Vargas era, and Estado Novo. That was a fascist, some sort of dictatorship led by Gatilio Vargas, and inspired by the regime in fascist regime in Portugal, Antonio de Salazar. He kind of ruled with an iron fist, although I would say Vargas is very left wing also. Near to the end of his life, he, I believe, shifted to left wing politics. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone. But yeah, there is so yeah, Brazil has always been a conservative country, even to this point. However, we're seeing more recent elections. Brazil is more shifting to the left. Brazil's left wing is getting power and gaining strength, and we're seeing now, although the left has won by just 1 point, Lula won the election. So let's. We kind of want to see here the map. And once again, Brazil elects their leaders different. They have delegations instead of electoral votes. So long name, Lula wins the election. The states in red are Lula states, and he's the former president also. And then there's Jair Bolsonaro, the states in said blue are his states. So yes. So, Party of the Republic, also known as the Liberal Party, yes, right wing populism, center to center right. Other factions, it says it leans far right in some issues. So yes, Bolsonaro. So yes, the PT, the Workers' Party, gained a point. Lulism. Let's see what Lulism is. Yes, Lulism, a political ideology describing Lula. So basically, left wing to left wing, center left to left wing. Going back to history, in the 2018 election, Bolsonaro, as we realize, became president. He was part of the PSL, another political party. I believe this political party, the Social Liberal Party, is a far right political party. So he's definitely a far right individual. And yeah, look, boom, Brazil elected another left winger, Dilma Rousseff. And it seems like states like the Amazonas, and especially the East and up in the Amazon, is very left liberal. That's what it seems. As more South Brazil over here is more conservative, as it what may seem. So right here, I have a map of Brazil. So I want to get rid of the third parties. No offense, third parties, but we want just the two major parties, and that is the PL and the PT in this. Once again, we are not doing prediction. Obviously, the results are out. Lula won the election. Lula, I believe, hasn't been in power for a long time. I mean, if so, I mean, he didn't get into election. Dilma Rousseff was the president in 2000. Yeah, she was the president for a while. But I would think, yes, Lula became president. He was the president in 2006. So it's kind of a big deal that a lot of liberals in Brazil are very happy and very excited to have a former leader that it's like having George W. Bush back again, or Barack Obama suddenly reappear. Who you think disappeared into the shadow. It's not necessarily that way when it comes to Brazil. Lula has won the election. So let's take a look here. We have the PL and the PL and the PT. We're going to go to the 2022 general election. Yeah, and Lula's basically an old man now. He's more older than he used to be upon taking office. So Lula versus Bolsonaro. I'm basically going to enter this in. Bolsonaro and easy words, Lula. Going by delegation. So yes, Lula cranked up the Amazonas. I believe that's the state. That's what it's called. He cranked up this state. So yeah, the East is a stronghold, left-wing stronghold. Those are where the major popular areas in Brazil are. So they're going to go to him. And those little ones, definitely liberal strongholds. The PT. All right. Then we have this one right here. So it says 39 already. And then 42. So you'd think, oh, this map. And once again, I don't know this election very well. So ultimately there might have been shift in delegations. As of right now, it says 39 to 42. You'd think liberals, conservatives would win this. Well, not necessarily. Once again, this very close election as we speak. As Bolsonaro and the Brazilian right are they're desperately holding on, although it's over for them. So this is, once again, Bolsonaro and the conservatives being in blue. So once again, we do not know. I don't know how the delegations work. I don't even know if they used delegates. Okay, I'm just using this map as a remodel of the results. If they were to use delegations as we do in our election system, although we call it electoral votes, what would it look like? Okay, this is the election results. Delegates were used. Bolsonaro would win, 42. And then following second was Lula with 39. Now, ultimately, it doesn't look like delegations were used here. So it looks like popular vote was the main percentage here. So 50% to 49. Ultimately, that is the federal Senate election map. I'm gonna go to the Chamber of Deputies. Ultimately, this must be the House, Senate, Chamber of Deputies. Ultimately, yeah. So that was a result of the map. So what do you think about this election? Is the left wing growing in Brazil? Ultimately, they've seen some great gains. Ultimately, conservatives are not unpopular in Brazil. But will Bolsonaro refusing to concede the election backfire on his popularity in the conservative vote? And we'll keep Brazil in mind as we continue on into our elections in 9 days. So I'm definitely ranking up some videos as we speak. And also, most importantly, stay tuned. I'll see you in the next political episode.